generating leads on Facebook. So good evening everybody. For the benefit of people that don't know me, my name is Lynn MacDonald and I'm going to be training you this evening on how to generate leads on Facebook. Why would you want to generate leads? Why do you want to share the opportunity? Well, if you're new to the business, this is what you'll hopefully be aiming for as a minimum for your first few months in the business. And if you're not new to the business, you will be doing a minimum of £1,000 in personal retail if you're active in the business. Now, with the Clean Easy catalogue, the main book, the cleaneasy.com, this would earn you £270 in a 4-week period, which is £210 retail profit, £60 volume profit, £270. If this was K-Life exclusively that you were selling, it would be just over £200 in a 4-week period. Now look what can happen if you share the opportunity. Your objective being to introduce 10 other people into your team. Each of your team generates £250 in sales, just the same as what you did, accumulating to £1,000. You would become a gold distributor with Clean Easy and start to qualify for incentives. You would earn still £210 retail profit, but your volume profit's grown to £160. And your group volume profit, because your team have achieved 6%, your group has achieved 16%, would be £1,000. That's £1,370 on a part-time basis just for showing 10 people how to do what you've already done. If this was K-Life sales, the income would be just over £1,000. Now the reason for that, in case you don't know, is the K-Life products are just slightly less percentage. Just to show you the bigger picture, royalty bonuses, this may not interest you, it may interest you, but this is the potential with Clean Easy. Imagine that you had 5 people who wanted to do what you did and go to gold distributors. So that's basically 5 people with 10 people turning over £1,000 a period. You would be earning £50,000 plus per annum. So does that answer your question? Why share the opportunity? Hopefully it does. But there'll still be many of you who won't be interested, and that is absolutely fine. There's many people in my business happily earning £300, £400, £500 on a 4-week period, spare time if they've built a customer base, part-time if they're building it. So where do you get started? First of all, we recommend that you send the message to everyone that you know. The golden rule is do not prejudge anybody. You just don't know who they're going to know. You also don't know their circumstances, what goes on behind closed doors. They may be absolutely fed up with their job, or they may have bills and accumulating debts. They may not be interested, but they might know someone who is. People will lead you to people. So that's what you've always got to remember, not to prejudge and just put the information out here. Now I've got 2 or 3 wee sample scripts for you here that you can use for Facebook or social media and email. There's a direct approach. Hi John, it's Lynn here. Have a look at this 15-minute video, my webpage. I found it really exciting. I'd love to know what you think. Or you may prefer to go in a little bit gentler with the third-party approach. Hi Joe, I've just started my own online business and it's going really, really well. I'm looking for others who'd like to earn some cash in their spare time. Who do you know that could do with some extra cash or love spending time on Facebook? Hopefully they'll say, me, what is it? Or you may want to tell them a bit more. If anybody knows me, I like to use words. I like to speak. But I like this one. I've used pretty much a similar from the start. It's a third-party approach again. It's, hiya Joe, how are you? How's the family, the work, the dogs, whatever. The reason for my message is I've just started my own part-time business and it's going really well. In my first 4 weeks, I earned over £400. I'm now actually looking to expand my business, and I was wondering if you know anyone who'd be interested in making really good money working from home. Could you take a wee look at this 15-minute video and let me know what you think? I'll give you a call tomorrow or email, but I prefer to call them. But it depends on your confidence levels, and you see if anybody springs to mind. Now just choose a message, and personal message everyone you know on Facebook. Now this is going to take time, so you may select to do 10 or 20 a day, because it's really, really important to follow them up. The fortune is in the follow-up, as you see here. We recommend that you don't work alone, that you work with your upline, which is the person who introduced you to the business. Contact your sponsor as soon as you've sent the messages out. Let them know what you're doing. They can help you to follow up with your inquiries. They've got a wealth of knowledge and experience there, and you need to tap into that. Now, each time you receive a reply, again, I would recommend you contact your sponsor. As I said, the fortune is in the follow-up, and they will help you follow up these until you feel confident and competent to follow them up yourself. So, Mary, did you have a look at the opportunity video? That's not the script. But just before we go on to scripts and other ways of getting leads, I just wanted to remind you about Facebook posts. By now you'll have an ever-growing Facebook group. Hopefully if you've watched the how to retail and sell on Facebook for selling your products. And as I've said continually, everyone in this group is also a potential prospect for your business. Don't use words like clean easy or K-Life on your timeline or in your groups. Remember, you are building brand new, and it's not about business. Well, it is for us. But for most people, it's social media. And so we have to come across from a slightly different approach. So, how to generate leads from your group. Now, these are examples of what is working the best. And at the moment, what's working really, really well is posting a copy of your first check or someone else's check. All checks will work, but what's working really well at the minute is these smaller checks that people are earning in their first few weeks in the business. So here's some wee examples. I'm just curious if anyone would like to earn some extra cash by advertising some of the stuff in this group. Comment me below or message me if you're interested. I'm just curious. Do you know anyone who'd be interested in making money for Facebook? I'm just curious. Do you know anyone who'd be interested in earning this part-time income from home? And there's Claire's check for £405. And these are working absolutely phenomenally. I mean, the response is unbelievable. And what you're going to get back from these if you successfully build your group and follow the tips that we used in the selling on Facebook video, which you can find in the Rhino group and on YouTube. So how and where? The selling groups, what we find is pretty much instant. You'll get an instant reply, you'll send them information, you'll speak to them quickly, and they'll either join or they won't. The direct message to the warm market we find is more a medium term. Don't get me wrong, you will get some people, and it definitely happens more often than not, that will be interested right away. But many of them, you're planting the seed, you're getting them into your online group, you're going to be doing these I'm just curious messages and promoting your business on a consistent basis, and you will go back to them. I'm going back to my friend who was in the business a few years ago at the end of the month. She's busy till the end of the month. We will go back to them. And your timeline success stories, they're more long-term. Loving my new business, love the fact I earned £250 part-time, absolutely fantastic, got the new table and chairs I wanted for the kitchen. Or it could be your sponsor saying, well done Jane, on your first £400 income and your first 4 weeks in the business. Absolutely fantastic. We have something called the free foot rule, and it's normally geared up to people when you're out and about. If they're within 3 feet of you, we say speak to them about the business. Well, on Facebook and your groups and other groups and your friends and statuses, people are just inches away from your nose. For example, just keep your eyes open. If someone says they can't afford a product, I hope you don't mind me asking, but would you be interested in making money from Facebook or hearing more about making someone from Facebook? If someone likes a lot of the products, you could say, hey, you really like the products. Have you ever considered selling them? I did that and she joined. Someone is selling lots to the second-hand groups or the buy and sell groups. Hope you don't mind me asking, but I don't suppose you know anyone who'd be interested in making money for Facebook, or would you be interested in making more money for Facebook? Keep posting in your groups. Hey everyone, just curious. What I've noticed is people quite often put this wee advert up. They watch a training like this, or a 10 steps, or a system for success, or Birmingham training online, and they go and they put, I'm just curious, and they do it once or maybe twice, and then they stop. You've got to keep on doing it. So now what I'm going to cover for you, and it's a lot to take in, and this is why I recommend that you do watch this video more than once, is how to reply. Replying to comments and messages to your group adverts. Now, if the comment on the post is just like a sale, thanks for your comment, I'll send you a private message. Send a friend request before you reply. Thanks for your comment. Message. Best thing is to call you so I can give you more information. What's your number, please? Got the number? Call and follow the script in the system for success, and I'm going to cover some tips and scripts in a second. What if they want the info online? I just want the info. Can you just send me the info? That's absolutely fine. Ask for your number again, and then, and only then, send them the video. If I send you the video, would you watch it? Get commitment. If I send you the video, you're going to watch it. And how soon can you watch the video? So send us. Please take a look at our short information videos. As soon as you've watched them, please let me know. You can watch them at, and that's my website. Thanks very much. And then follow them up. Remember, the fortune is in the follow-up. What to send? I mean, it depends what system you're following. Most of them are pretty generic. I just like to have my own, and you might decide to set up your own one. This is called My Free Sites.net, but it isn't actually free. I have to pay monthly for it, which I'm sorting out just now because this was an experiment that's working really, really well. Just wanted to have my own page that I could send people to, and you're very welcome to use that or to build your own. Wix.com, for example, you can get a completely free website builder, and it's very, very easy to use. And I may pop this onto my Wix. In fact, I will pop this onto my Wix. But all I've got here is, would you like to make money from Facebook in your spare time? Please watch the 2 videos below. We've got the 5-minute opportunity video and the K-Life products. And then what we want to do is to call them. Now, before we call them, what I'd like you to do is think about it. We're all kind of have this fear of the phone. Now, what I found is that if you structure the call and plan your agenda, you'll be fine. So here's the telephone process. You're going to open the call. You're going to set the agenda. You're going to ask questions. You're going to gain commitment. And then you're going to close the call. So I'll go through that in a bit more detail. You'll be glad to know. As I said before, you get confidence from the structure. And I'm just going to quickly talk to myself here, which is nothing unusual. I'm just going to quickly do a basic call based on these bullet points here, just to let you see exactly what I mean. But it's a good idea to have these written down, and you will be able to find these scripts in the System for Success training online. So open the call, and really you're opening the call and setting the agenda at the same time. So hi Mary, my name's Lynn from Lynn Mac's online shop. I'm giving you a wee call to explain a bit more about how the business works. Is this a good time to speak to you for a few minutes about it? Yes, it is. That's absolutely brilliant. What I'd like to do is I'll just ask you a few questions, if that's okay, and then tell you a little bit more about how the selling on Facebook and online works. Is that okay? That's absolutely brilliant. Now you want to ask questions, how, why, when. The most important part of the call is to ask relevant follow-on questions. You might want to start with, have you watched the video? At this point, I don't think it really matters if they've watched the video, but it's entirely up to yourself. If you want to say, right, okay, if you could go back and watch the video, I'll give you a call now. But what I would do is just ignore that and keep going. You're simply sorting through your prospects to find people who want to earn an extra income, rather than people who are maybe just curious, just being nosy. I've just been nosy. How often have you heard that? Here's some example questions though. Was there anything in particular that made you respond to the advert? That lets them tell you the reasons for responding, which you need. What's your current situation? Are you working at the moment? And what kind of income are you looking for, Mary? How much time do you have available each week in order to achieve this income? The videos is back in there. What was the best thing you've seen on the video for your point of view? Now that's a great question to ask, because again, it gives people telling you the reasons. It might be, I hate my job. I've just had the baby, I don't want to go back to work, I'm looking for extra money, we've got debt to pay, I want to go on holiday. It doesn't really matter, but it's all about asking questions and listening to the answers. Here's some additional follow-on questions. Do they have a partner? And what does the partner do? Are they working? Have you got family commitments? Basically, you're finding out if they have children to work around. You can ask, how many? Are they at school? And this is basically giving you information about when they can work the business. A good book to read on this actually is The Questions and Answers by Alan Pease, which you can find that at Knowledge is King, or on Amazon, or just maybe even Clunies will be able to have it on their book list. So once you get to that level, we're going to present the information. I do it by telephone at this moment in time, the old-fashioned way, and there is different ways that you can do it, and it depends on you, how long you've been in the business, confidence level and skills. I will say that little Claire put together her own script and just spoke to people and brought them in without doing the online opportunity presentation. But it's a personal choice. I normally say to them, I can ask a few questions and then I'll tell you a little bit more about it. To me, that's me presenting the information. Now, it's important to point out for the online that they have already seen your online selling group. They've already seen the products. So they already know what you're selling and how you're selling it. That in itself is a presentation. So I would say that now I'll tell you a little bit about it, and I will go through a script in a little second, or you can arrange a time to go through the online opportunity presentation. Some of you are using the 10-step one. I use this one here. It works for me, wix.com/Lynn McDonald. Feel free to use that. And you would then either present the appointment then, which is what I would do if you've got 10 or 15 minutes on a computer or a notebook or a phone in front of you. But if not, arrange an appointment and gain commitment that they would be available to have a look at the presentation. And ask them if they'd like to get started is based on if you present the opportunity there and then, either by telephone or online. To click off. So, just have a wee peek at what I send them. Typical getting itchy nose in the middle of recording. Happens every single training. This is the top of my web page, and you can see there, Clean Easy Opportunity Presentation. They would just click on that and you go through it with them. I've taken a little bit of copy cutting of the retail and the products on Facebook. And you would just go through that presentation from start to finish. And at the end, ask them if they would like to get started. Now this is an example script if you want to do the old-fashioned way and just talk to them. After you've asked questions, explain a little bit about the business. We're part of Clean Easy. Have you heard of them? If yes, or no, it actually doesn't really matter. But if they say yes, I would like to ask them, what do you know about Clean Easy? I'm really trying to find out if they know it's a self-employed business, that there's a start-up cost. They may say, I've been in Clean Easy before, or I looked at it before, or I've been thinking about it for a while. Sometimes when people respond, it's not the first time they've responded. In fact, quite often it's not the first time. So that, if you're new especially, that helps you on your way. Because they know about the business and they know they have to pay to get started. So what do they know about it? If no, just explain it in brief. We're 90 odd year old company. We turn over around about £80 million a year. We've traded in profit every single year since we got started, and most of the people who are in the business in the past have made money by building up a customer base with the catalogues door to door. However, Clean Easy launched K-Life just over 12 months ago, and it's made the online opportunity go through the roof. Have you seen my online selling group? Now, usually you get really, really positive feedback here. I don't think I have had any negative feedback here at all yet, but I'm pretty sure somebody might come back to me and say they have. But have you seen my online selling group? What do you think? It's really, really positive at this stage. Now, what we do is we teach you how to build your own online selling group in a step-by-step guide. And you may want to share stories of success at this point. Again, preferably your own. I've been using little Claire's at the minute. So, how do they make money on Facebook? We will help them. This is what you tell them. We'll help you. We'll teach, train and support you. Explain the cost of the kit. There is a start-up cost. It is a business and it's £25. But also explain to them what they get for their money. They're getting a cleaneasy.com personalised web page. They're getting a klife.co.uk personalised web page. They're getting cleaneasy.co.uk internet order site personalised to them with a trading facility of £750. And they also give, there's a money back guarantee. Hopefully they won't use it, but we're part of the DSA, the Direct Selling Association, founder members, and they do have a money back guarantee. So once you've sorted out the money thing, if they are wanting to get started, just close it. Would you like to get started? And then the gain commitment, and the closes in the wrong order, I just noticed. Gain commitment on when they're going to get started. You're going to be sending them the link to get started, and you want to gain commitment when they're going to do the link, and you're going to be sending everything that they need to get started. Now this is online, as I said, so nothing about the catalogue here, but how to get them off to a fast start. Again, explain to them that it's your job to teach them the system and it's their job to learn it. Help them to get their online shop up and running right away. Now, if they're available right away, they can do that within minutes. I personally send them how to get started selling on Facebook video, the one I posted earlier today on the Rhino group, or the one that's been there for a couple of weeks. But it's the one that I actually used, how to get started selling on Facebook. I also asked them to download teamviewer.com. Now, the reason for this is we can share screens and I can see what they're doing and I can help them if they're struggling in any of the technology. But what I found with the recent people I've introduced to the business, I've arranged a time to help them set up their shop. And you can see there, if necessary, I've arranged the time, but I've never had to speak to them using the TeamViewer because they've all successfully watched the video and got their shop up and running. One of the most important things when you bring a new person into the business, or if you are that new person getting started in the business, is to keep in constant communication with the person who introduced you. And if you're the team leader, keep in constant communication with your team. Communication is the key to success in this business, and there's so many different ways that you can communicate nowadays. Nearly finished, but just before we get to the end, I just want to give some Facebook ordering tips because it is slightly different from the catalogue. Now, local sales, most distributors have decided that they'll deliver free of charge locally, cash on delivery, or some people are getting people to collect. This is the Facebook and Gumtree, that type of trend is to collect, but you may want to deliver them just because you're in the area anyway with your catalogues maybe, but also it helps you build up that rapport, get the catalogues to them and maybe solidify them as a customer. Now once you've got the order, make sure you get all contact details, name, address, and arrange a delivery of time, name, address, phone number, everything. This helps to solidify the sale. And all you would do is order them through the Cleaneasy internet ordering site and deliver them yourself. PayPal or card sales direct to your customer. You simply put the products the customer wants in the basket for them, then click send PayPal link, copy the text, then paste to the customer, and then they just go and order it themselves, which is absolutely brilliant. And you'll find these on your Cleaneasy.com. If you log in, you'll find them under your sales. Drop ship. Now this is mainly used for local internet customers, so you can keep the flow. Most people when they're retailing will order once a week, $2.50 minimum. We'll give them a free delivery, $1.50 in your first 4 weeks in the business. But you're online all the time and we have a bit of a faster turnaround. It may be that you want to order it up because they're selling fast. So we can use drop ship for this, and you would just process the order in the normal manner on the Cleaneasy.co.uk, and at the top right there's a green box which says drop ship. Click this and enter the details. Now it must be 10 items or less, and this is free if it's over 50 and $3.95 if it's under 50, and just drop ship that to yourself and get those internet orders out there nice and quickly. So, excuse this little graphic. GV was working on that. It should be here. And I have actually, believe it or not, redid the whole thing and uploaded it again, and it's not amended it. However, it's basically Facebook, advertising the Facebook groups, people you don't know, and it's finding groups in which to advertise the opportunity. So just go to your search bar and start with business. You'll see a list of business groups that you can join. You can vary your search. You may want to put example West Lothian business, women in business, business opportunities, part-time business, work from home. You're aiming to join a minimum of 50, but just keep on going. Get as many as possible. Variety is the spice of life. And now you want to post a few adverts on them every day. And again, you're aiming for 50 a day. It's just what we call another rod in the pond to collect people. And there you go. Top results, groups. Here's some groups here that you can add and join. And you'll see some, most of them I've joined. I'm going to join this one now because I usually join, if I'm only placing 50 ads, I try to join groups that have got a huge membership. It makes sense to me to get as many ads on as many groups with high members. Instead of getting it to 300 people, you can get it to 3,000 people. Just start placing your ads. So other ways to grow your group outside the online as well, catalogue slips. Make sure your online shop, if you're catalogue retailing, and many people choose to retail with catalogues because you get free ones every time you process orders of 150 in your first 30 days. So it makes sense to get these catalogues out and make more money. Make sure it's on your callback slips, your flyers, your thank you slips, business cards, that they all have your Facebook shop in them. Invite your online customers to invite friends. I know we run competitions, but there's nothing more effective than the personal touch. Could you please add your friends and family and share your group for me? Collect email addresses for your catalogue customers and ask if you can add them to your online shop. Send a text or an email to all your customers, those that you have details for, or on your prospecting emails, put a tag for your online group. On your Facebook profile and timeline, which we've been covering, and anyone who says no to the business, and I'm talking about the ones that you've not done online, there's a potential customer for your online shop. So always add prospects, but also if you add them, you're keeping them in the loop, you're keeping them warm, and they could join later. And put a card in when you're delivering your products, a card or a flyer in when you deliver your products, or when your customer collect the products with your online shop to promote to their friends. And if you've got a contact manager, an autoresponder, if you don't know what that is, if you're brand new, just speak to the person who sent you along to watch this video. There are other trainings available on the System for Success about this, but basically what you do with a contact manager is you collect names and emails of people who have responded to you, and using what they call a broadcast. So in one message you can send a group email to everybody. Now they're normally used for sponsoring, but why not use them to build your online group? Feel free to invite your friends. For all your Christmas shopping needs, check out Bobby Blog's Bargain Basement or Lynn Mac's Online Bargains. Feel free to invite your friends. You may also see an income potential for yourself here, so please get in touch. Always just put the word out there, and always link it to your shop or your website. And then what do? Well, you could open more groups. You could open an income opportunity group. You could open a part-time, make money for home part-time, and build that group. But it's your group. We're posting in these groups, so why not build your own? That's the training finished. Thank you very, very much for your time. I'm going to switch the recording off, and then I'll give you the details of the next meetings and trainings that are coming up.